Why does Mother Ray call Mother Claire Miss Claire? This kind of intimacy was still new to Claire, and her innocence made my desire well up and respond.
Oh.
Hi, Ray. It's been so long.
So we were sitting down to make a video, and the cat was meowing at me and being very clingy. So she gets to hear the story too.
Yeah.
Right, Binky?
She likes something called Binky Hug, so she will hug you. We do not have that much left of this to go.
No.
Wow. Okay.
We finished like the last chapter, right? So this
We
is just
did.
all the after.
So this is
kind of
the
stuff.
after stuff. So we had a lot of, you know,
You're okay.
intense stuff for sure about to sneeze. Hopefully she doesn't get startled.
Oh, got you. She's okay.
Okay, sometimes she does and sometimes she does. Just depends on our mood.
Mhm.
So yeah, we had a lot happening. We had the
That's a claw. Okay, good.
We had the whole situation going down with moldy salad dressing, and we have Lily back, but Lily also got taken because, you know, technically she did a bad thing, even though she didn't know she was going to do that. Rod's back, but he has missing an arm, so there's that. And yeah, there was an awful lot to talk about with that. But that being said, it's been a little bit. We actually took a break because we had something going on last week. So now we're back with more Villainess. And yeah, we have not a lot left. So we're going to do some comments, and then we're going to read this really small piece.
Yeah.
And yeah, just so you all know, we will not be reading the next volume right away. We're going to take some break, and then we'll get to it possibly at some point.
We're definitely going to get to it.
We're going to get to it, sorry.
But not right away.
But we have some other things in the works so we want to check out. But yeah, so this will be... But it seems like
we
this is
are
a good place.
planning to read the whole series.
Yes.
We just take breaks in between.
Yeah. But it also seems like a lot of you are saying that this really is like the main story, so that's pretty cool. We're excited to see more of it. So and also that when we do get to the third volume, that we read the bonus chapters first, and then we read the first chapter or whatever. So anyway, let's read some comments, and she's just so clingy to you. We have Zoe. Yay! You've made it to the epilogue and bonus chapters. I can't wait to see how you feel about the cuteness incoming in them.
Oh, there's cuteness.
Okay, we need that. Okay, because we've had some like not cuteness. Also, love them creepy evil Ray voice. You might want to keep that in mind.
Oh no!
Book 3 and 5 have a whole new variety of characters, and the voice might be perfect for one of them.
Oh no!
Yeah, well, I mean, you know. But for now, prepare to meet the twins.
Oh,
they will steal your hat.
Twins.
The twins. The twins. Yeah, creepy Ray voice is fun. I like doing creepy voices. Even I creep myself out. You know, even though I like doing the creepy Lily voice, although that was like really woo. She's just kind of figuring what she wants to do.
Yeah.
We have Michaela. Yay, what a wonderful ending. Ray learned to be selfless and finally get her girl.
Yeah.
And we got our girl with the return of Manaria. Pause for Jenni's share.
Yeah.
There's so many secrets to discover and the Yuri to swoon over in the later books. So if you keep reading, we will!
Yeah.
We will. Michaela again. So in the end, Ray's fave prince became king. The villainous moldy salad dressing was defeated, and she and Claire got to live their lives in domestic bliss. She got everything she could ever have wanted. Like it was straight up a fanfiction.
Oh.
It's almost like reality itself is under her control. Okay, you know what?
Blink, blink.
I've been having some theories about this for a while.
Oh, yeah.
I may or may not have said... I don't know the last few days, I probably haven't, but I know we were watching the anime too. I'm like, it really is almost like this world is under Ray's control. Whenever something was happening in the anime and also the light novel, like, hey, Miss Claire's name showed up as someone who could save her. I'm like, she's manipulating the game world? Really? I've got some theories, but we'll get to them at the end of this bonus and chapters. Logan King, you'll love the twins. We've heard about them already. We have no idea who they are, but we've heard about them. Paperback Wizard. I'm finally caught up on these videos, and so many comments on them.
So are my comments.
I'm sorry. So, Ray not trusting Miss Claire has definitely been the thing over the course of the story. She wanted to be treated as equal and didn't even realize how unequal she herself was acting. That's actually very true.
That's a really good point.
Personally, I think that's because she was an adult in her old life, and that sort of grown-ups know best attitude. She definitely needed to respect Miss Claire's judgment more and stop with this is for her own good mess. I just started reading book 3 myself, so we'll see how they grow in their relationship roles. Poor Rod. He's been such a rock with all this. My previous comment about him, and now he plays the clown when you just know losing his arm and almost dying to have messed up his inside. At least he got to help save the day. That's gotta feel pretty good. Still, he now has to watch the love of his life marry someone else. Oh well. I mean, I kind of feel like while Rod really does care about Ray and loves Ray, that he wants her to be happy. And I mean, Ray was never gonna give him a chance anyway.
That's
so, you know. Speaking of married lovers, I'm okay with Lambert and Lenny being married. I just hope they don't have any kids. Thank you for another wonderful reaction. I look forward to many more. Yay! Yeah, I think Rod has grown a lot since we first were introduced to him as well. Even though he lost an arm, he still got a pretty upbeat attitude. We got Vegas, the fairy god mean lesbian comes back to save the
fairy god mean lesbian! Yes, please. I'm here for it.
Blue butterfly. When I was reading Claire's book, it amused me to know how moldy salad dressing's people were collectively shiting their pants after Ray's attack. Apparently, moldy salad dressing was so freaked out that his precious masterpiece and many of his personal gab were taken down. He moved the date of the execution. Damn, dude. Speaking of Claire's books,
cold.
They finally settled a matter that has been bugging me ever since I read this for the first time. As you read, Rob lost an arm, but the book never clarified which arm. Now I know it's his right arm, and I can finally take my mental image of him in the future chapters.
Oh, okay.
I would have to wait for the manga to get that answer. Anyway, here's part of why Claire thought she could go through with this idiotic sacrifice is because she assumed Ray would be fine without her. But Ray is so hung up on Claire that she actually is kind of hopeless without her. We got a taste of it back in the Scales of Love act. We sure did. Good thing my Nadia is ridiculous OP spellbreaker magic saved Lily and Ray. Imagine what kind of damage and destruction an evil, more powerful version of Ray could do. We don't know.
Oh, no. No, thank you. You don't need to think about that.
I wouldn't want to fight him. Yeah, it's fortunate that no one's more ridiculous OP than Manadia. I like how you mentioned that a few times. That makes me wonder. I mean, we have like, I can count, what, 3 more books? Yes.
There are 5?
Yes.
Okay, then yes.
I'm like, wait. You mentioned this, and since there's like so many more books to go, there probably is someone more OP than Manadia, I would say.
Maybe.
You're pretty much almost done with part 1, which you could consider the actual romance part of the cities. From this point on, Ray and Claire are equal partners, scheming in secret together. They're gonna scheme in secret together? Hello!
I am here for that.
Jenni's a harmonic player. Not everything is solved yet. The North Empire. Why are they trying to evade so much? In book 3, they will try and solve the issue with the North Empire. It's revealed that they will try to invade in book 5, which has been one of the best antagonists. Is that where we're gonna get the creepy Ray voice? The antagonist appears in chapter 16. So far, I'm impatient. The epilogue and the side stories will help alleviate a bit of the stress they've gone through.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Nice.
Just a bit. Oof, Shadow! Behold, an evil magic for an evil man. The magic of suggestion is quite a scary thing. Who knows what else it's capable of? Yeah, that.
I don't want to know. Don't want to. No, thank you.
Logan King, again, the Sword God versus the Quadcaster. Who would win? The Sword God versus the Quadcaster. Quadcaster obviously is Manadia. Who's the Sword God?
Yeah,
I want to know that.
We
got Ginger Cat. Right. Miss Claire, what do you want? Please marry me. You've asked me this now in public. Isn't there something you're supposed to do when we're alone? Ray kisses Claire. I wanted our first kiss whose taste I could remember. You're so Ray. You're so Ray. You're always so Ray. I won't forgive you if you don't make me happy. Congratulations to Ray and Claire. I love Claire's gay panic when Ray poses in front of all their friends, acquaintances, and must have forgotten fishing rod. It's okay, he'll be fine. Then follows the proposal with such a public kiss. Oops, that should read. Must not forgetting fishing rod. And then again, a lot of stories tend to finish with the main character confessing and the other reciprocating. So it's nice to see the main story end with the proposal instead. Lambert, Lenny, and one of Jenny's waifus, Manadia. You know, you just gotta put her at the end. Return to join Team Ray, helping Ray save her wife from the putrid stench of decaying moldy salad dressing. Man, his name just gets like longer and longer and longer. Getting rid of the evidence, sham trial, and execution. Oh, I almost forgot. Saving Dole Whip, Ray's father-in-law, cheek for comment in book 3, gives more insight into the events leading up to the trial. Ray scolding Claire about the decision to sacrifice herself and being down in front of Claire showed Claire just how much he had hurt Ray by making that decision. I don't think Claire fully understood just how much Ray loved her until she heard Ray choose to die with her. Claire probably thought Ray would mum Claire to death, but eventually move on with her life. It must have felt like a stab in the hat for Claire to learn that that would not be the case, as her sacrifice would effectively result in Ray's death, and worse if Ray chose to go first. Putrid moldy salad dressing, controlled assassin Ray, shudders. It could be creepy. The black lady of the Villainess saying, it's creepy Ray, black lady boys. Oh, bye-bye. Yeah, we give, like, creepy Ray, like, that would be great.
No.
If they make a second season covering the rest of book 2, season 1 including the first chapter, the episodes covering the last 2 chapters, including the epilogue, will be hard to watch. The bonus chapters aren't spoilers as such, but more like flashbacks, backstories for the final 3 books. If you're interested in how the bonus chapter fits into the timeline, below is an author's timeline regarding suggestions with some extra bits added by myself when I think they fit. Wow, holy smokes. Thank you very very much for all that. Okay.
Because it has the bonus chapters too
Yep.
listed and epilogues and everything like that.
You all seem to like
Okay.
the creepy Ray voice. You don't seem to like the creepy Ray voice. But you know what? That's okay.
I think it's fun that you can do it though.
It's quite something, isn't it? Maybe I should read the epilogue in the creepy Ray voice.
No, I should.
Okay.
Let's not do it.
All right, are we ready
No.
for this? Damn, this is really short. I've said it like 3 times now, but this is really short.
Yeah.
Okay. What in the... Mother Ray, come quick! I was reading through my journal on the terrace when I heard my daughters calling to me.
Oh.
It was evening, just around sunset. May, Alea, what is it? I asked. Mother Claire. Messed up again in the kitchen. Oh dear, not again. Just when I thought she was really improving. Thank you for letting me know. What are you gonna do? Please don't scold Mother Claire. I didn't know what to make of our 5-year-old daughters, already worrying about their mother, but I lifted Alea into my arms, looking into her big, round, concerned black eyes, and said, "It's okay, I won't scold her."
It's so wholesome.
No fair, pick me up too.
Oh, your little voices are so cute too.
Yay! That's more appreciated.
Yeah.
The other one's like,
The other one's like, this one is like, yeah.
Okay. I lifted my high into the air and then I ushered them both inside the house. When I entered the kitchen, Claire was despondently wiping the floor. A small pot waited on the stove, speckled with the remnants of an egg and milk and cream sat next to it. I also spied sugar and liqueur on the counter. I was trying to make creme brulee, Claire said, and then the pot exploded.
Oh no.
As usual, I have no idea what you did. Show me your hand.
Oh.
Claire held her hand out for me to check. She used to have dainty hands of an aristocrat who'd never known physical labor, but they had faint calluses now. I took care of most of the groceries, but she helped where she could. She maintained an immaculate post-bath skincare routine, so her hands were far more beautiful than mine. You're not burned, that's a relief. No, it's not. I still can't even get a single dish right. Claire was normally good at everything she tried, so she was having a hard time with the fact that she couldn't cook. She practiced as much as she could, but with no success as of yet. Well, that's the only thing you're not yet capable of doing it perfectly, Miss Claire. If you were a perfect cook on top of everything else, you wouldn't need me anymore. It's not just cooking.
What a good wife, right?
I know, right? I had a terrible seamstress, too. I never thought embroidery would be so difficult. She said that, but at least when it came to embroidery, her standards for herself were impossibly high. And true, Claire's embroidery decorated our living room and whenever Dole Whip or Master Rod came to visit. They always asked if it was professional work. Selfishly, I hoped she'd learn to cook. She'd never learned to cook. Mother Ray! What is it, May? Why does Mother Ray call Mother Claire Miss Claire? I hadn't thought about that. It had been a habit at first, and it seemed to stick. See, it's weird. We're partners now, so you can just call me my name, you know. Claire said, but I couldn't bring myself to do it for some reason. I was embarrassed to call her just Claire out loud. Hey, Alea, look! Mother Ray's face is bright red!
Oh!
It really is. She looks like an apple! Both of you, stop teasing! I scolded. They were good girls, but they had a mischievous streak, like someone else I knew. After the revolution, Claire and I moved away from the capital to begin our new life. Well, I proposed to her and she'd accepted. Same-sex marriage yet wasn't legal in the country. The new government under Artala was in the middle of drawing up a constitution, and Claire and I had been invited to provide our expert opinions. But while there were a lot of support for the popular democracy and the pacifist foreign policy, we couldn't drum up the moment for the same-sex marriage. There had been some confusion caused by the transition to constitutional monarchy, but we at least managed to starve off the invasion of the North Empire. Mostly because decrepit Molly salad dressing, now it's decrepit. Well, that was whatever. Putrid Molly salad dressing. And his accomplices have been arrested, and Minari have been brought reinforcements from Sos.
Yeah.
Of course, the problem hadn't ended there. The Mount Sassel eruption had done a lot of damage, particularly to the crop yields. Fortunately, we received enough aid from the Alps and the Sos that it looked like it would get us through this winter. Claire and I decided to stay at the academy, not as students but as instructors. Even though Claire was no longer a noble, she was an exceptionally skilled magic. Or mage. This time we were changing. Proficiency with magic was a valuable skill. School had been searching for far and wide for someone like Claire to train exceptional mages of the future. What's wrong, Mother Ray? Is something on our faces? No, it's nothing. May and Alea were orphans of a disaster. I was wondering. The covenants that took the orphan children quickly filled up following the eruption, leading to them to be desperate in need of foster parents. Claire and I have been helping out with some church business. By a twist of fate, we ended up taking May and Alea home with us. They were cheerful little girls who adored us. In return, we loved them as if they were our own flesh and blood. Maybe someday I'll tell you the story of how we took them home. For now, let me catch you up on some of my friends.
Okay.
Rod surrendered his claim to the throne and became a commander of the new government army instead. He was a military genius, and I heard he was keeping troops his nose to the grindstone, working on ways to integrate magic with combat. To hear him tell it, he finally reached a level where he could hold it on his own against Minaria. I'd like to see that. As king, Thane was a symbol of the Bear Kingdom. He was a poker face as ever, but the people loved him for whatever reason. For whatever reason! He was busy trying to find suitable queen, but he grew grumpy whenever a subject was raised. Apparently the person hadn't had his heart set on, didn't return his feelings.
Ooh, who do we think that is?
I really think he liked Claire.
Yeah, I think so too.
As a king with a love for culture, he continued to hone his harp skills, and tickets to hear him play in concert were near impossible to secure. You've finally been released from the confinement that she had set to work helping the kingdom regain its losses. And without saying that, Misha also dedicated herself to this work. They were a harmonious couple. Oh! Hot couple, but a harmonious couple.
Not just a couple. A harmonious couple.
Yeah, that. And they were inspiring many other similar couples with the church. That meant that some people who tried to join the church for less than religious intentions created a bit of a headache for the elders.
So, like, what's going on with Lily? Okay, I mean, I'm happy about this, but what's going on with Lily?
Lene was making good use of her uncommon shrewdness of the prosperity of Frater. She was still attached to the hip to Lambert, who handled the business side, and their goal was to beat Beaumay. Oh, that's a huge goal.
Yeah.
She had mastered all the recipes I shared with her and was now thinking of completely original dishes. When she bragged to me about how she discovered watermelons, certain I had never heard of it, I told her that salt brings out the sweetness which had frustrated her. Lady Benaria. Lady Benaria was now Queen of Sos.
She's a queen!
She's the queen.
Shouldn't Lady Benaria be Queen Benaria?
Well, yes, but Renee doesn't respect Benaria, as we know.
Oh, because she doesn't respect her.
She tried to take Miss Claire from me.
Oh, no.
I can't respect that. And she wanted to be with us.
Oh.
I can respect that. There had been some concern about the succession, whether she revealed that she had no intention of marrying a man, but I was certain she would have no problem finding someone capable to follow her. As a side note, the court of Sos had suggested Thane as a possible suitor for... Excuse me!
No.
No!
Just so much
Hell
no!
no! You don't make a lesbian end up with a man! What is this? The 1800s? Actually, I have no idea.
Benaria would be the king and he would be the queen.
That's very true.
He'd be like, I'm busy playing my harp, and she's just like running everything.
She's like, that's fine. I shall go have fun with the ladies. You were only married to her by name. Lily was ultimately not prosecuted for her crimes. Yay! Due to extreme circumstances of her situation, when she officially pardoned, she disappeared from Bear. She probably couldn't forgive herself, and I suspect blamed herself more than anyone else. I don't know when she'd be able to forgive herself, but I leave my heart that she would one day come back to us. At which point she'd ask me if I was looking for a mistress, probably. Listen, can she come back for that, please? Hey, Ray, I'm back. You looking for a mistress?
Oh, no.
I can do the weekends.
Oh.
I need it, okay?
It's so real. It's so real.
Master Dole Whip lost his title. Now he's Dole Whip. Dole Whip lost his title and status, being reduced to a commoner. But he was brought into the official political advisor for the new government. Revolution meant his position couldn't be made official or public, but apparently he was contributing quite a lot. He'd shed his villainous persona in favor of being a good father and a father-in-law to us. He doted on May and Alea, who only knew him as their kindly grandfather. Oh, he's not dead? Execution was considered for putrid moldy salad dressing, but he possessed enough valuable information that the new government decided to imprison him instead. Oh, damn it. Locked in the lowest level of the state prison, he served as an advisor to the new government as well. Much like a plot for a certain movie by a criminal psychiatrist. He had a perverse personality much like the psychiatrist in the film, and was more likely to talk of the government agents sent to draw the knowledge for women. I wasn't sure how I felt about these turn of affairs. Mother Ray! What is it, May? Ted's saying strange things! Ted?
Huh?
Like what? Ted was a boy who lived in our neighborhood.
Oh,
He was sort of a ringleader for the children in the area. He said having two mothers is weird. He said there has to be a father. I checked up my words. I wasn't sure if it was appropriate age to teach these children about queer families. I hesitated. Claire looked at May and eyed in the eye and said, "There's nothing weird about it at all. Don't worry, May." Really? Let's see.
Look at her standing up for her family.
I want to know who this is. It drives me crazy when they do this. But Ted's right. None of the other children have two mothers, and they have a father. Alea, the more mature of the two, wasn't letting it go. Birth girls were at an age where they asked a lot of questions. What matters is whether you have mothers or fathers, Claire said. What matters is being with someone you love. That's the most important thing. Would you rather have a man here instead of Ray, Alea? No, I want Mother Claire and Mother Ray.
Oh, yeah.
Me too. And the two girls rushed Claire for a hug. Why is there no pictures? Where is there no pictures?
Right.
You two are so spoiled. Seeing Claire smile made me smile too. I reflected my own happiness. Come on, Ray. We'll have dinner soon. Why don't you play outside until it's ready? Okay, let's go. May and Alea ran outside like the wind. They really don't tire easily, do they? I said. Why do you sound so old suddenly? We aren't even really old enough to have our own children. Do you regret taking them in? Don't be silly. I can't imagine life without them now. But Miss Claire, Do you regret becoming a commoner? I asked offhandedly. I couldn't help but remember the time Claire said she didn't think she could handle the commoner life. I don't. Not for a moment. Besides, it's not that I could have stayed an aristocrat, whether I want to or not. The world changes. Things must change with it. Claire is so mature.
She is.
Claire looked off in the distance as she said this. She'd once been willing to martyr herself for the sense of duty and family, but now she's by my side. I wondered if I could be vain enough to think that, if given a real chance, or choice, she'd have chosen to be with me rather than live as a noble? For better or for worse, humans are adaptable creatures, Claire said. People can get used to anything. That's true. And I hope I get used to this soon. Right, Claire?
Aww.
What, really? Claire looked closely at me. What did you say? It's nothing. Again, say it again. I'll listen. It's fine. I'll say it again. I'm not used to it. I can't wait that long. Wow, Miss Claire, you're so dominating. I love it. Please don't stop.
She's still doing this.
Don't talk like that, man. I can hear you. And just like that, we were back to squawking at each other, like we always were. Hey, Miss Claire, what is it? We're so happy. That's right. When I hugged Claire to me, she hugged me back gently. I love you, Miss Claire, I said. Claire looked surprised for a moment. I expected a comeback. Of course you do. But instead I got, yes, I love you too, sweet Ray. Woo! Sweet Ray! Yo!
It may not be legal, but they're married.
They're totally married.
Yeah.
I feel like back whenever this time period was, like...
They're
basically just married. You know, even if they're not officially married.
Yeah.
And then she smiled, sweeter than the creme brulee, in the moment I believed from the bottom of my heart that I could never be as good as she was. I never have been, and I never will. Time passes, hearts change. No one knows the future, and yet it was certain that my love for Claire would last forever. Now for all eternity, I chose the villainess.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So that's the epilogue.
Oh.
But now we have a bonus chapter!
A bonus chapter!
Is this...
What is it called?
Curses and Good Luck Charms. Alrighty. I opened my eyes to an unfamiliar ceiling. Groggy from sleep, I didn't know where I was for a moment, but then I started to come back to me. I sat up and took in the new furniture, the fresh, pristine wallpaper around me. This is my new home. The building was old, but I had the interior reformed to renovated before I moved in. Something moved next to me, and I looked down to see a serene blonde angel nestled deep in the covers.
Serene blonde angel.
Claire wasn't a morning person, but I was, which made my job of getting breakfast ready. I climbed carefully out of bed without waking her, changed into some simple clothes, headed to the front door. I regretted not putting out another layer when I felt the first winter wrap around my skin.
No.
But I decided I could handle it. As young as I was, I drew water from the well, washed sleep out of my eyes, and got started on breakfast. Today we'd be feasting on rye bread, winter vegetables, bacon with scrambled eggs. I wouldn't have minded some more variety, but this is easy to cook up, and I was done before I knew it. I returned to the bedroom, sliding the door carefully open, so not to make a sound. Claire was still asleep. Her petite face was serene, framed by her golden curls, a world apart from the forced person she was when awake. As I drank in the sight of the person I loved, I noticed a blush creep on my skin. Her skin, rather. Miss Claire, would you happen to be awake?
Oh!
Her features clearly twisted in surprise, but she continued pretending to be asleep. Miss Claire, please wake up. Your breakfast is getting cold. No answer. What was going on? If you won't wake up, I'm gonna kiss you! I was sure that thought would rouse her, but she said nothing. Huh. Miss Claire, could it be? Did she want a kiss? She remained silent, but her face looked like she was waiting for something. I leaned forward. Okay then, please wake up, Sleeping Beauty! I leaned in and slowly pressed my lips to Claire's forehead. Right, shouldn't you be kissing my lips? Good morning, Miss Claire. I smiled, as she's such a gremlin.
Yeah.
As Claire threw the covers off her eyes narrowed in displeasure. Good morning, is that all? I prefer not to ambush people while they're asleep, I said, then pulled her slender shoulder towards me and put my lips to hers. Caught off guard, Claire didn't even have time to close her eyes. Our gazes locked at the close quarters, feeling mischievous. I held her there. Claire rolled her eyes in surprise and anger for a moment, then she gave in and closed them. I drank in the kiss, enjoying it to the fullest. This kind of intimacy was still new to Claire, and her innocence made my desire well up and respond. Miss Claire, look! Duh! Trying to distance myself from my sinful thoughts, I put my hand cold from outside to her cheek. Yeah, that's not very nice.
No.
Right, are you incapable of kissing normally? That wasn't normal? No, that was clearly a nightmare kiss.
Such a gremlin.
Does that mean you didn't enjoy it? Claire's face was red to her ears. Shut up, Ray, she said, throwing a pillow at me. Yes, I'm very sorry. I'll be waiting in the living room when you're done changing. Here's what was to see her pout. I decided to retreat for now. The effort it took to restrain myself when she was being this adorable, Miss Claire had no idea. We'll have to find some work pretty soon, I said, as we drank our coffee together. Yes, the savings you had at the trade guild are just about gone. Claire's aristocrat assets had pretty much all been seized by the state. She had some savings in the form of donations from the citizens. No one called anyone a commoner anymore. And more offers on the table. Well, at one point, Claire almost lost her life to the revolutionary judgment. Many citizens thought of her as their savior.
Oh.
Between that and Dolop's increasingly well-known in recent events, Claire was now seen as one of the leaders of the revolution. I had a fair bit of saved up too, but we had spent a lot of it in keeping the people fed after the eruption. We spent most of the rest getting this new life started together. Our finances had reached a critical tipping point. We nevertheless kept that fact that we were struggling to ourselves. If someone like Lene found out, she'd try to give us money without question. I hope there's some good jobs to be had, but with everything going on, I'm not picky. We just need to be able to live a normal life, Claire said. Normal? I chuckled. Well, we definitely lived a more frugally than Claire as an aristocrat. We also basked in quite more bit of luxury than an average citizen. I mean, no one our age had their own house.
Oh.
Let's see here. I know. You don't have to look at me like that. You're going to say we need to cut back on our spending, right? Well, yes. Right, you've been making extravagant meals, trying to take care of me, but I can live with more simplicity. I'm glad to hear that, but we might have been overspending a bit, but I also feel like I didn't want to make Claire worry about money. I want her to have all the comfort she desired. Regardless, we need to look for work. Is there anything you have in mind, Miss Claire? Claire thought for a bit. I would like to try and become a teacher.
Oh, that's not surprising. She's so smart.
That was a sound option. I don't tend to brag, but I'm confident in my ability to instruct people. Yes. I know the ins and outs of teaching adequate too. I bet you do. I also understand magic, which is almost certainly going to become a core subject in the future. Definitely. When you put it like that, I couldn't think of a better job suited for her. I started picturing her wearing glasses. I actually just heard from Mr. Torrid. She said, oh, yes. He asked if I would stay at the academy as a junior instructor. So she had connections, too. Let's do it, Miss Claire. You should definitely take the offer. Me? But what will you do? I thought it over. Maybe I should become an adventurer? An adventurer? Claire smiled, turned upside down at my advancer. You can't go around being a hired goon. Adventuring is my respectable profession. I'm aware, but some with your ability should be doing more for society. Really? If you're set up the side on magic, I'm not really good at much. What are you talking about? I've forgotten that you beat me on the academic test in the academy. Well, yeah, but she was kind of cheating, wasn't she? Because she knew all the answers?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, true. I had done that. It felt like a lifetime ago. But it hadn't been a full year yet. I cheated on that test with the aid of the prophecy I told you about before. Still, isn't it true that you have extraordinary academic and magical abilities? I guess so. More than anything, you're my partner. You must remain beside me. It's really hard for me to handle you doting on me like that. Don't make fun of me. Ugh! Claire took a sip of coffee and continued. Anyway, Mr. Torrid said he wanted me to approach you too. To be a teacher? I asked. You told me the sound of it. It's not that, just say it. Honestly, I don't think it suits me. Beggars can't be choosers. We're lucky to have a job offer at all, so stop complaining. Is there a test to become a teacher? I wondered out loud. You're skilled enough that I'm sure they'll hire you as soon as you accept. There is some kind of initial training, though. In that case, I guess I can't say no. I never thought of myself as a teacher, and honestly, I was filled with apprehension at the thought. But Claire said we couldn't afford to let this opportunity slide. Let's do it! Claire smiled with relief, which just made me want to kiss her. Okay, some more coffee, she said. I'll do it. Let me do this much. I can't do much else. Claire took our cups to the kitchen. Moments later, I heard her exclaim in surprise. I jumped from my seat and ran to the kitchen to see her standing stock still in the center of the room. What is it? Right, look at that! She pointed with a trembling hand. There was certainly an unusual sight. Our sink, pots, frying pans, metal furnishings were covered in rust. I picked the frying pan to examine more closely, and the pattern of rust clearly was natural and almost looked like bite marks. I know what this is, I said. What? A rust monster. Some game or other had to play words, spelled the name of its final enemy as Rust Boss instead of Last Boss. This monster made metal items rust and ate them. Unsurprisingly, it was the bane of the adventurers everywhere. And it's in our house! Yeah, I think so. It doesn't hurt people, so don't worry. I'll have Relaire take care of it. You're always making Relaire eat weird things. She doesn't need more tributes. As suggesting an undying ability, water slimes could acquire their tributes of whatever they ate. Relaire was a quick learner and smarter than a cat or dog, so she already acquainted a variety of monster abilities, not just the cute ones either. What are you going to do if Relaire starts eating frying pans? She's too well trained for that, don't worry. I wonder. Claire peered me with doubt in her eyes. Anyway, let's get this cleaned up. We'll have to buy replacements for the rusted stuff, too. Yes, let's. Just then there was a knock on the door. Hi, Ray. It's been so long. Yes!
Lily!
Yes! Okay. Our visitor was a young girl with silver hair and red eyes. Cardinal Lily Lily. Renee, you don't have to introduce us. We know who this is!
Yeah.
You're on a journey? I asked Lily as I poured her a cup of coffee. Yes. I wasn't prosecuted because of the extenuating circumstances, but I know what I did is unforgivable.
I can't with the voice. It's been a little bit.
She's so sweet.
I know.
She's so sweet. Well, Claire looked like she wanted to say something, but she couldn't find the words. She couldn't even tell Lily she was wrong. It was the fact that Lily had taken the lives of... No, that's right. She did do that, didn't she? That's okay. She didn't know. She's sorry, okay? Others might forgive her, but Lily's faith made it hard to forgive herself. I've decided to go on a journey of atonement. Maybe that's naive of me, but... Spiritual Church had a story about sinners who went on a journey of atonement and was forgiven by God at the end of it. Lily was trying to face her sins in her own way. I understand. When do you leave? Right away. But I have one last thing I need to do, so I came to consult you. Lily said, many people who were impoverished by the disaster are coming to the church for aid. We heard children who lost their families and people lost their homes, right? Claire confirmed. Are you going to ask us to help the church? I asked. Lily shook her head. I have a different request. There are these two twin children.
The children are the twins.
But like, hey, listen, we got Lily, okay? So this is great.
That too.
She told us about a strange rumor that had begun making the rounds after the eruption. A rumor of the cursed children who turned everything and anything that came near them into magical stones. At first, the church dismissed it as fantasy, but then people with items of clothing and even body parts transformed into magical stones and started showing up. Can you imagine, like, just your body part turning into like a magical stone?
Your arm is now a stone.
It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
The church investigated and they found the culprits. Twin girls living in the corner of the slum in the capital. They have special power in their blood. Anything their blood touched turned into magical stones.
Wow.
They're making a living by cutting themselves and using their blood to make magical stones they can sell. That's sad.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
It took a long time for them to talk to us. And they're quite traumatized, I bet. The twins were only 4 or 5 years old, had been abused by the rest of the family after their parents passed away. They'd been treated like geese that laid golden eggs used to turn a profit, and told their parents would come back for them once they behaved. When those relatives were killed in the eruption, the girls taken shelter in the slum. At least no one could hurt them. Anyone who tried to get turned into magical stones.
Wow.
It's not like their blood can transform anything, though. Lily explained. People with powerful magic of their own are unaffected. A great deal of effort on Lily's part. The church had taken the orphan twins. Soon, however, they proved to be too much for the church to handle. The girls were mistrustful, had a nervous habit of self-harm, and possessed a threat of clergy around them. Some people were even pushing them to be executed. I can't leave them behind, but they're too young for me to take on my journey. Hooray! You have special knowledge. Do you know anything about their condition? I'm sorry, I don't. I was honored that Lily would ask me, but unfortunately I'd never heard of anything like this. See, this is interesting because not in the game, right?
Yeah,
right.
Surprising.
I see. They looked visibly disappointed. Don't give up just yet. Can I meet them? I might know more once I see them in person. That's right. Claire chimed in. You'll help me? Lily's eyes shone at our words. We'll do our best. I can't guarantee we'll find a solution, though. That's plenty. Do you have time now? Today? Sure, why not? We can bike yourself on our way home. And that's how Claire and I came to meet the strange twins. Hello there. Hi, girls. We greeted the twins warmly, but they just stared at us. They looked exactly alike. I could only tell them apart because one of them wore her blonde hair long and the other short. Their brown eyes peered warily at us from behind. Lily probably evaluating whether their powers would work on us or not. Hey, both of you. Say hello. Hi. Hello. Their voices were exactly alike, though the girl with the short hair might have a fractionally higher voice. Neither girl showed any real emotion, but the one with long hair seemed more guarded than her sister. I kneeled so I was eye level with them. What are your names? A name? I don't know. Surprised at the answer, I looked up at Lily. They won't tell us their names, or perhaps they never were given any. We've been calling them Un and... Oh gosh, I know how to...
What is that?
Desu?
Do?
1 and 2. I think it's Desu.
No, that's 1 and 2 in French.
Oh.
Un and deux is the 1 and 2. Yeah.
There you go. That's horrible, Claire bursted out. The twins looked startled, but she continued.
It's pronounced, excuse me.
Un and deux? Okay.
And deux.
Okay. Listen to me. Your name is a very important thing. Oh wait, no, that's actually Claire. Listen to me. Your name is an important thing. She thought for a moment.
She's so cute.
You with the cute short hair. I will call you May. Cute? May? And you with lovely long hair. Your name is Alea. Lovely? Alea? The girls looked at Claire as if they were under attack. Why those names, I asked. They were names I thought of long ago, for if I ever had daughters, so... She was an angel. A perfect angel sent from above. Cardinal Lily, said Claire. Do you think we could keep the girls in our house for a while? I don't object. Was it okay with you, Ray? I will never defy Miss Claire's wishes. But
so
what are we going to do with them? I was confused, Lily. We're going to teach them how to live normal lives, of course, Claire answered. I appreciate the thought, but is that doable? I don't care. We do it all the same. I can't stand by these children suffer like this. It seemed like Claire's maternal instincts were on high gear.
Oh, yeah.
But what about the issue with their blood? We'll have to address that eventually, of course. But first, we must make sure that May and Alea can live as normal children. Right, you have doubts. No, not at all. You can't fool me. Listen, if we can't even take care of these children, how can we be teachers? I had my reservations, but Claire was so excited I kept my mouth shut and just nodded.
Yeah.
Is that okay with you, May and Alea? Claire asked. They were silent. Respond! Yes! They nodded stiffly in unison like marching pairs of robots. What were we getting ourselves into? Claire and I cleaned up our spare room for the girls to use. It was a small size, especially for 2 children, but we deal with it later. How did you two spend your time at church? They looked quizzically at Claire, like they didn't understand the question. She tried again. Did you read books or play with blocks? They shook their heads in unison. You didn't do anything? This time they nodded together, and Claire put her head in her hands. What was Cardinal thinking? Lily has been very busy since the revolution, I said. Mostly because of putrid moldy salad dressing. That's right, it's not her fault. May, Alea, is there anything you want to do? I asked, kneeling down to look at them. Pray, what are you doing? You did the church too, Claire asked, motioning towards my knees. Children can feel intimidated when adults loom over them. If I come down to their level, it puts them more ease. You should tell me things like that sooner! Claire heartily knelt too. Now, can you think of anything? They nodded again. And what's that? I asked. Magic stones. Make them. Oh no. Claire and I were speechless. You don't do that anymore, Claire said. Isn't there something else you want to do? Are you hungry? The twins shook their heads. We can only do this. We didn't know what to say. This was serious. Okay, then how about you play with it? Maybe teaching them would be a best start. May, Alea, do you like to play outside or inside? Outside. Good thing I'd asked instead of trying to push something like playing house on them. Okay, let's play tag. Tag? What's that? I couldn't imagine what kind of life they've lived to never play tag.
They never played tag.
Well, it sounds like they were basically just the Golden Goose, right?
Yeah, exactly.
One person is it and chases the other, while the other runs away. If the person who's it touches you, then you become it, and you have to chase the others. Do you understand? The girls nodded flatly. With that settled, Claire and I took May and Alea to the yard. I'll be it first, I said, but the girls didn't move. I gestured. Come on, you have to run away! Claire nudged them from behind to create some distance between them and me, but they moved sluggishly. Hey, I'm gonna catch you! I warned as I started chasing them slowly. They still didn't initiate movement on their own, so Claire pulled their hands to run away. Their expressions remained unchanging. I got you! I announced as I tagged May. She looked up at me, but she just stood there. Now you gotta chase people, May! Come on, Alea, let's run away! They're like,
they're like, what?
They're just not into this at all. May stood there for a little while, but eventually she finally started moving towards Claire. Slowly at first, but when she got near Claire ran away faster, forcing May to run a bit before she allowed herself to be caught. Well done, May. That's great, said Claire. Great? That's right. You're a wonderful girl, May. May probably hadn't been praised much. She took some time to reflect on Claire's words with a strange look on her face. Now I'm it, said Claire and started chasing Alea. Alea ran slowly when she was caught right away. Now it's your turn to chase Alea, she said. Yeah. Alea nodded and started chasing Claire like May had. Honestly, it felt a little left out.
This was still the cutest thing ever.
Right? Oh, you caught me! You went so fast, Alea! I wasn't sure if Alea realized she was being praised, and she shook in Claire's words when Stranger looked in her face. This is worrisome, I said easily.
Oh, no.
And yet a few minutes later, I had to eat my words. May, let's take a break, Claire said breathlessly. No. May clung to Claire, who stumbled at the point at which Alea tackled her. Run away! At some point in time, the rules to our tag him changed. May and Alea become it together, both chasing Claire. You can't underestimate kids. They have balanced energy, and Claire smiled at first, but rapidly was exhausting. She's really relying on her reserves to build up her years of training in self-defense and ballroom dancing.
Balloon dancing.
I know, right? Like, just picture like balloon dancing.
Oh no.
Let's take a break, girls. I called out to them. I'm making snacks in the kitchen since they left me out, and I had tea in the pitcher. More tag. More.
Oh, they want more tag.
Looks like the girls like the game. In that case, I'll trade with Ray. Claire started. No, we want this. Nope, the girls had already grown attached to Claire. I struggled to pretend not to be jealous. Alea, you mustn't call people this, Claire said, crouching like them like I had taught her.
We want this.
Why? It isn't polite. Polite? That's right. People shouldn't be treated as objects. Treating them poorly is just shameful as not wearing clothes. I'm sure the girls didn't understand everything Claire was saying to them, but Alea nodded in response anyway. Then, what do I call you? Alea asked. We don't know your name, said May. Oh dear, they were right. I didn't even remember telling them our names. Due to circumstances, we had completely forgotten that from Ellie. I am Claire. She is Ray. Let's be friends, both of you. They nodded far less tentatively than before. Let's play tag again, said Claire. Huh? Miss Claire? Are you alright? You look so tired. I'm not. No, but apply some of your recovery magic and I'll be fine. I hadn't thought of that. I quickly cast some of she requested water magic on Claire, and her body rejuvenated. Claire, are you okay? Asked Alea. Can you still play? Asked May. I can't. This time I'm going to chase you. You better run away. The girls took off, and Claire pelted after them. They look like they're having so much fun, I murmured. It was a simple game, but the girls seemed to be having the time of their lives. Their expressions were still completely void of emotion, but there was something lighter in the air that made me suspect they were feeling better. They probably enjoyed Claire's reactions. I certainly understood that feeling. In that case, I would set up snacks and let them play as much as they wanted. Ah! May cried as she fell down. Are you okay? Claire ran up, and I also stopped preparing snacks and flew to May's side. You scraped your little leg, Claire said, checking for any other injuries and finding none. We were nearly aware of her coursing through this girl's blood. It would always be our obligation to check for injuries. That must have hurt, Claire said tenderly. You're so strong for not crying. Right, hurry and heal her! Why? Well, why? Claire demanded. Claire, you look so sad, said May. Of course I am. You're hurt, aren't you? When we get hurt, everyone's happy. This is so twisted. This is so twisted. I'm not happy! Oh,
I'm so disturbed by this idea. Okay, go ahead.
Maybe I should have given them a creepier day voice.
Oh, no. They're cute.
Yeah, they are. Coming from behind.
It's not their fault.
Claire's face froze at Alea's words.
Oh.
Here. May broke a piece of her skirt, and the part had turned to stone to her blood and presented it to Claire. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I'm not okay at all. Thank you. What are you thinking? Claire burst out angrily. What? Murmured May. Thank you, said Alea. That is not a reason to show thanks. What we're born to bleed. They spoke in eerie unison. This was a curse. This was definitely a curse. When we get cut, everyone is happy. No! Claire, interrupting her heart trending words, pulled them close to her. You were born to be happy. Never think you were born to be injured. But we are cursed. Forget the curse. Bang!
Goosebumps. Feel my arm. This one, especially.
Oh yeah!
Like, oh my gosh.
You were born to be happy. Never think you were born to be injured. But we are cursed. Forget the curse, May and Leia. You were always in pain, right? It was hard, right? Claire was now crying. It was really such a rare thing to see her cry at all. But cry, she embraced them and stroked their hair. May and Leia remained confused for a bit. But finally they started to change. Their first true expressions were impatient, like they were trying to recall something, but also resisting recollection. We remember this. I had no idea what this was. They remembered something somewhere, but they had been embraced. Do you mean your mother? Mother? At that word, the hard mask they had maintained suddenly cracked. As one the girls began to sob. Oh gosh.
It hurts.
We're waiting. They spoke in tones of delirium, crying all the tears they had saved up for years. It's okay. You're both such good girls. You really are so good. Claire diligently comforted them, but they didn't stop crying, neither did she. They all sat there together, crying for some time. May, Alea, I want to tell you something. Claire said, letting go of them gently. They blinked blearily at Claire. This is a good luck to sing when you're hurt, Claire said, tending to May's scrape. Ouch, ouch, nope, pain, fly away. They tilted their heads quizzically at Claire. How is it? Does it still hurt? Claire asked, and May shook her head. Really? Perfect. Did it to me too. You too, Alea? Okay. Ouch, ouch, nope, pain, fly away. Claire's chant was the most important kind of magic that sort of worked not only on May's scrape, but also deep, heartfelt pain the twins had endured. I remember that. Claire recalled contemplatively as she poured her tea. We were having a little picnic in our yard. May and Alea are playing tag with Relaire. Claire and I decided to officially take the girls in. I say officially, but since same-sex marriage wasn't recognized in the kingdom, all we could do was legally take them in as fosters. But they had long since been a critical part of our lives. Do you remember when the Academy was in uproar over the Common Movement? I remember everything that happened with you, Miss Claire.
Of course.
Don't make fun of me. Claire flicked my forehead. It hurt. To reap the rewards of love. During that commotion, I saw a beggar child in town, and all I could do was feel disgust. She had really grown, although now she looked disgusted at her past self. Well, I remember. I saw her not too long ago. She was wiping windows in the church. It seems like she's being taken care of. Is that so? I'm glad to hear it. Claire closed her eyes, relieved. She glanced at me. May and Alea are finally showing their emotions, but if you hadn't done something about the curse, they wouldn't be laughing right now. But goodness, I never imagined rust would be the answer.
Who could have?
Hmm?
The day that May and Alea finally cried, I noticed their tears didn't turn Claire's clothes into magical stones. Tears and blood are elementally related, magically speaking, so I realized the issue was tied to some unique element in their blood. Furthermore, if we could isolate what component of their blood needed to address, we could resolve the issue. As I contemplated, I remembered red blood cells are made of iron, so what would happen if we rusted the cells?
What a well thought out, like, this whole story really just has these twists and turns that, yeah, that's so well thought out.
After I had Relaire eat the rust monster, I asked her to mimic its ability to generate rust to proximity of May and Alea, which just consisted of help from Relaire. The curse in their blood had for a time being been alleviated.
Well, it's only a temporary solution.
In the end, I planned to ask you to see the Tears of the Moon. We had used Tears of the Moon for Yu's own curse not a year ago, so I needed it to gather more moonlight before it could be called on again. Normally, folks outside the church would never be allowed to deploy the church's most closely guarded relic for such a thing to do, so we had to leverage our connections and our past contributions. But you owed us one, and the church now owes us another because of Lily, May, and Alea. I was sure I can negotiate. Cardinal Lily's still traveling, isn't she?
I hope so.
Lily got off on her journey as soon as May and Alea moved into our home. She'd been so grateful for both of us, still sending us letters from time to time. It seems she was in Euclid, and she was visiting my mother to get some clothes made.
Oh my gosh, I wonder if, like, Ray's mom just thinks she's the cutest thing ever.
Yeah.
That girl is really adorable. Now that we have twins, we really need to ensure some stability in our lives. Let's do our best to be good teachers. Yes, but I was thinking more on fundamental level. I frowned confused. Claire cleaned her throat, a most mature look on her face. We need to show we are prepared to live happily ever after, as a family of 4, so I swear to God I will always love May and Alea and Ray.
Oh, she did this.
When Claire said this, she broke out into a tremendous smile, and I found myself once more overflowing with love for her. I held her close without saying anything. Mothers, what are you talking about? The girls had come looking for hugs, too. These days, they didn't all resemble the emotionless girls we met months ago. We were just talking about how much you both laugh now. We laugh because it's fun. You're weird, Mother Ray. They looked at each other and laughed some more. Oh, they were so cute. They hadn't warmed up to me for a good while, but once I resolved their curse, they slowly opened up to me as well. It had been way harder for me than it had been for Claire, though. I still got pretty depressed when I realized that even Relaire was more popular than I was. Relaire, hurry up, May called. You're so slow, Alea scolded. Relaire meandered up to us. She looked exhausted, probably because I made her play with the girls for so long.
We don't listen to Relaire anymore. Who'll be able to beat Mother Claire and Mother Ray soon?
Because my thoughts were full of how they'd be when we first met, my heart ached so fiercely now I've got to hear their innocent laughter. Mother Claire, what's wrong? Are you hurt somewhere? Claire's clearly thinking the same thing because tears pricked her eyes and she brushed them away. Oh, it's nothing. May and Alea looked worried. May, Alea, why don't you do that magic for Claire? What magic? Do you know, Alea? Oh, I know, May. They whispered together and Claire tilted her head in confusion. Mother Claire! May and Alea said in unison, ouch, nope, pain, fly away!
Oh, that's so adorable.
And there's an afterword, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'm surprised there was no pictures.
Yeah, I
no
am
pictures.
Too.
We don't know what them twins look like.
Oh, really cute.
But oh my gosh,
brown eyes. One with short hair. One with long hair.
Blonde hair.
Blonde. Yeah.
Both blonde, short and long hair. The one that has the shorter hair has the higher voice.
Oh,
according to today. This is how much we read.
Yeah.
We finished this.
Yes.
Entire book.
Yep. That.
I'm gonna miss it, but we will be back with more Villainess. Like I said, we have other things that we're planning on doing. So yeah, and hey, by the time, you know, next 2025 rolls around, maybe they'll announce a season 2. I don't know. Like I said, the Yurdi curse needs to be broken, and I know
agree.
We've had like, you know, Yurdi curse is broken before. I have not drinking water this entire time.
I would love to see more of the story. Yeah, that would be great.
I'd like to see it animated. I know you want to see more Minaria. I am quite curious though about the Minaria situation. I mean, I'm sure we'll find out obviously in the other books too about who she can end up with.
Yeah.
I still ship Clanadia, okay? I'm never not going to.
Minaria,
I'm never not going to. For me, it's like that nostalgia just...
Yeah, the nostalgia factor.
Them as little kids, comfort, everything like that. You know what? But yeah, I do like Ray and Claire together as well.
Yeah, it's fun seeing them. It's quite interesting seeing them having grown into like young adulthood, and now they have jobs and they have kids. Like, yeah, I think that's something that's can be rare in a Yuri story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this whole part that you read. I mean, there were parts of it that are like, but like for the most part, the fluff, the cuteness, the sweetness, it's just like, yeah.
We really needed that.
It was much needed.
We really
and
needed
much
that.
Appreciated.
Man.
So flipping adorable.
Also, I really hope we get to know more about Lily's travels, because like I'd like to see what she's doing.
Yeah.
Who's she gonna end up with?
But seeing Ray specifically grow into just this really like good partner and mother, it was a big growth. And
Yeah.
Claire as a mother is so caring and so sweet and like very good at guiding and teaching them.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Actually, both. I said specifically
They're
Ray,
both
but
really
both
good.
of them.
Both of them are
Yeah.
really good. And
Yeah.
honestly, out of the two of them, Ray definitely has had character development. Claire's character development is just night and day.
Yeah.
She even discussed her past self, which is unfortunate because, like, you know, she's away because she was. And, you know, it seems like she has forgiven that part of herself, even though she's pretty disgusted with it. It's so interesting to see a character like her come such a long way.
Yeah. It seems like for Ray, it was a lot more accepting that she was good enough.
Yeah.
Right? She made it seem like, oh, I don't deserve this.
Yeah.
Claire's too good for me and all of that. And now she's this loving basically wife, and you're like, oh, she could do that. But then for Claire, it is more so her place within the community. She was used to being an aristocrat, and now she's not anymore.
No.
She's doing as many tasks as she can around the house, and yeah, she's such a sweet mother. Claire is.
She's so
sweet and
She's
very
great.
darling. Yeah,
She's great. This was fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
It was really fun.
You gave us some good voices.
Yeah!
I know you all want the creepy Ray voice.
No. We don't want that.
I know you don't want
But
that.
we got the kid voices, we got the fun Ray voice, we got the Claire voice.
Yeah, the fun Ray voice. Miss Claire.
And we got Lily's voice too.
Yeah, Lily.
Mm-hmm.
I miss Lily, man.
Aw.
I don't know who I want Lily to end up with. Obviously, she's a girl of her own, but like, yeah.
I guess we'll have to find out.
Maybe she will, maybe she won't. But anyway.
Alright,
Wow.
thanks so much for hanging out with us while we read the end of book 2 of I'm in Love with the Villainess. If you enjoyed hanging out with us here and would like to chat in with us live, you can join our YouTube channel membership where we have monthly live streams. Look forward to connecting with you again soon, and we'll be sending so much love. Till next time.
Latest!